What's shaking, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Flock of Seagulls. I always feel there's been a couple reactions I've done for this group where I say I'm back with some more A Flock of Seagulls, and the syntax of that just feels weird. So I'm dropping the indefinite article as I do those introductions. But yes, we're back with more A Flock of Seagulls. In any case, we're going to listen to another tune from their self-titled debut album, 1982. Getting close to the end of the album. I'm going to move on after that. Once again, shout out to Han Solo for making this material available to me. This has been an eye-opening journey. In a way, their sound is what I maybe would have expected through the one tune I did know, I Ran So Far Away, and yet in another sense it hasn't been, in that they've had a sort of faster, edgier, sort of grittier, and just sort of darker sound than I would have maybe expected, even if it's not wholly surprising. Now again, it's not necessarily soft cell dark, but again, the Sonics have this sort of edgier, kind of new wave post-punk sound more than I would have expected. So yeah, it's been a very cool journey so far. We're up to a tune called Don't Ask Me. What do you do? She is definitely asking if she can come hang out, so we're going to let her do that. But yeah, it's a tune called Don't Ask Me, which is interesting because I think that phrase can take a few different forms. If someone's looking for information that the person being queried does not have, it's like, hey, don't ask me. I'm not on the hook for that. I'm not obligated to know that. But don't ask me can also be like, look, I'm not going to talk about it. Don't ask me because I'm not going to tell you. That's the end of it. Yeah, it can take a few different forms, but generally speaking, the idea is that they're not going to convey information. They're not going to provide context, perspective, or some sort of data to the person who is questioning them or querying them. So yeah, again, I feel like it could go a number of different ways, but there is a sort of, I'm not going to say antagonism, but there's a tension between the speaker, the narrator, and whoever they may be talking to, because someone has come to them for something and the person is saying, not only am I not going to give it to you, but don't ask for that again. So yeah, it's an interesting phrase. We'll have to see how it comes into play, but let's get it. This is A Flock of Seagulls from their self-titled album, 1982, and the track is Don't Ask Me. So what I'm talking about. Is this a full-on pop concept album? Because are we talking extraterrestrial devastation? But they didn't abduct him, they didn't take him out? Sort of the opposite of I Ran So Far Away. Now I see you. Twice where I've not fully heard it. I'm so glad I waited, 'cause I anticipated, 'cause now I see you. That's cool. Again, it has a sort of energy. It's pretty fast. It has that sort of like, new wave, sort of, again, sort of post-punk a little bit. But it's interesting. Like, I'm now thinking that this is a straight up concept album, because that's like, I don't know, the fourth song that seems to make reference to extraterrestrials, to flying saucers, to, sort of technology for communication beyond that of humanity. Yeah, it just seems like that's another song where we're talking about essentially an alien invasion, and everyone's either been beamed up or destroyed, and so he's the only one around. What happened to the trees? What happened to everything else? What happened to the buildings? So yeah, it's interesting. I did not realize, even after the first couple tunes, that that's what's happening. I'm now remembering, I think Kim did make a comment, that there's been multiple songs along the way that have sort of a flavor of those themes, or those sort of lyrical ideas. So now that's coming back to me. But yeah, basically it seems like this is essentially a concept album, which is really interesting. So yeah, let me know what you think of the tune. I enjoyed it. It felt a little short. That's like the only criticism I would maybe make. It felt like there could be one more verse, because it did repeat the chorus on the way out, so I felt like we were getting close to the end. But overall, it just felt like maybe there could be one more verse. It could just be stretched like another 45 seconds or something. So let me know if you agree. Let me know what you think of the tune. I will see you next time. Peace.